Good evening and welcome to the Personal Transformation Seminar for Nathan B.A.S.K.E.T. I'm very excited because what I'll be sharing on this platform today is going to be unique for every individual. And I suspect that something is going to happen. Two things will happen to everyone listening to me today. Two things. And I'd like you to just note it. Two things will happen. The first thing is one of two things that will happen to you, but two things will happen to everybody. One is you will either get better or get worse by what you hear. Because if you use what you hear today, you will get better. But if you don't use what you hear today, people say you'll remain where you are. But the truth of the matter is, nobody ever remains where he is because the world is in an advancing state. And so you either get better or be worse off. But for you, I trust that you'll not be worse off. I have not been to 3 countries, but I've been everywhere in the world. You know, that's what the World Wide Web does for us. We can visit everywhere in the world, everywhere in the world. And I'm sure that everyone here, we are not local citizens, but we are global personalities. And so I welcome you, all your excellencies from all over the world. Thank you and you're welcome. Let's put our hands together. Now, I will share with us on the topic along this personal transformation seminars called Influencing Personal Change. I'd like you to please listen very carefully because what I want to share with you will definitely move you. It's going to move you from where you are to a different place entirely. And this movement is going to be revolutionary and not a gradual one. It's going to be a blast by the things you will hear. One of my great role models in terms of writing and in terms of the discovery of the human mind, Napoleon Hill, said, when your mind is on the defensive, when you find yourself on the defensive, you do not have an open mind. Anytime you find yourself defending a particular position, you do not have an open mind. And if you do not have an open mind, you are not able to retain that which can cause a change, a dramatic change in your life. Today, I'm certain that something dramatic will happen to all of you here listening. Now, number 2 thing I'd like to stress is I will say a few things in this time that we'll be sharing together. You will possibly hear everything. But the most important thing is what you will say to yourself. I will say a few things, or I will say many things. But the thing that will be most important is what you will say to yourself. Now, the reason being that knowledge is acquired on 3 levels. Knowledge is acquired on 3 levels. We acquire knowledge by reading. We acquire knowledge by listening. We acquire knowledge by watching. We read, we listen, and we watch. But the ultimate aim of gaining knowledge is to transport or transform what you have received in whatever form and make an image of it. So if you read a book and you hear something and you begin to read something like, and please listen to me, let's follow all through with this exercise. My name is Olumuyiwa Oludayo. I have a brown dog. The brown dog has white dots scattered all over her body. This brown dog has one full ear, but the left ear is in half. This left ear that is in half was caught by a snake. A snake bit my brown dog. In fact, a green snake bit my brown dog one night like that. The dog was in its pen, sat in there, and unknown to us, the snake went into it. And while the dog was there sleeping, having clasped our ears, we just heard a snap. And before we knew it, the snake had bitten the dog in his ear. And we thought, if we do not want the venom to spread, we need to cut off the ear. Now, do you know, end of story. Now, do you know what happened to you right now? Did you see my dog? Did you see my dog? You saw my dog. You saw it. Did you see the pen? Even though you possibly don't know. Did you see the pen? Yeah. You know what you did? You converted what I was saying and what you were hearing in words to pictures. We learn most by seeing. And that's why anytime we come to the point of understanding, we always say to ourselves, I see. I see. I see. So whatever you read, you always convert to an image. An image is what we have extended to be the word imagination. And so that's why the word imagination and the concept of imagination is one of the greatest forces in creation and starting anything new. And so we will read, people will listen, and you watch. But everything we do, whether reading or listening or watching, we do all these and convert all that we have received into images. Friends, now listen to where the great work is. When you convert things to an image, the image you form is based on what I call your cells of recognition. Whatever you read, the writer or the author has not already painted the picture. He gives you something to imagine. You are the creator. So if I say, like I've done before in a couple of my past presentations, I brought up a picture someday of a woman sitting before the mirror with her cosmetic bottles right in front of her on her table. And I put it up. And what people saw was a human skull. Now you imagine, how do you see a human skull? Now, what they could see, their self of recognition could only identify the skull and not the woman before a table in the mirror. The same cells of recognition, people having skulls in their brains, that all they can see is a skull. Another illusion. Two children standing side by side and then carrying their puppy in the hand on a white background. Nobody saw it. They saw a human skull. Your cells of recognition. And so as we go into this presentation, one thing is important. Open your mind. Because what you think it is may not always be what it is. What you think it is ultimately may not be what it is. You may be thinking it is a skull, whereas two little children playing with their puppy. You may think it's a skull, and what you find, a man and a woman sharing two glasses of wine. What you think it is may not be what it actually is. If you have a defensive mind, you hold on tight to your cells of recognition and not be open to new information. And so I'd like to ask you, even as we go into the body of this presentation, to have your minds open. I'd like you to tell somebody, free your mind. Free your mind. All right. Now, I'll be sharing with us on influencing personal change. And the key concept there is change. What is change? What exactly is change? Change is not the name of a political party. It may be a mantra of many political affiliations. I remember when President Barack Obama was going to be President of America, he kept using the mantra, change, 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 change. He kept using the mantra. When President Muhammadu Buhari in Nigeria was going to be the president, his political party kept saying, change. And I know many people who love the political party, change, 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 change. But what exactly is change? Today I'll describe what change is. I'll help you see the perspectives of change and also help you see the domains of personal change. What areas do I need to make changes in my life? I'll also show you a number of obstacles to personal change. Why exactly am I not changing? I desire to change. How come I'm not changing? And I'll show you how to change. I'll show you where to concentrate your energies on for a change process. And I'll give you, ultimately, an overview of what change should represent in your life. What is change? Change is a process of confronting conventional patterns. Change is a process of confronting conventional patterns that will give heed to a new stable of order, as it were. It is a confrontation of conventions, the daring of traditions. It is refusing to maintain the status quo. Change is about that. Personal change, therefore, in our individual lives will suggest an observable difference. Something different. Observable. When you say, I have changed, that means what you used to see is evidently no more available. And you're seeing something that was not there before. A change is an observable difference. In fact, the key word in any change process is a difference. Something distinct. Something distinguishing. So if I'm going to change in my life, I'm saying, what difference am I making? Or what difference has been made? Is there anything different in my life? And when I show you the domains of change, when we go around spiritual, when we go around financial, when we go around intellectual, I'll be asking you, what exactly has changed in your intellectual life? What exactly has changed in your financial life? Are you still earning what you used to earn? Have you developed capacity to increase your earning power? Okay? So we're looking at all that. But change, and I'd like you to know this, as I'm going to be using it in explaining all of the concepts I'm going to be unveiling to us. Change is an observable difference. It is an observable difference. Observable, identifiable, recognizable difference. You can't tell me you've changed if I can't see it. You can't tell me something has changed if I'm not able to point towards it. You can't tell me you have moved beyond where you used to be if I don't have anything to point at. Now let me show you three perspectives of change. There are three main perspectives of change. How do we see change? How do we see change? How do we see change? Three ways to express change. But before that, let me help you with the story of 6 blind men and the elephant. Many of us have heard that story. 6 blind men were placed around an elephant. And 6 of them had different positions that they had taken. And in that different position, one of them held the tail. The other held the tusk. Another held the trunk. Another held the ear. Another held the big leg. So they asked them, what do you think you're holding? Someone said, I'm standing by a wall. Because the person was by the stomach. They said, this is a wall. Now, was he wrong? No. Because where he stood, that was all he could see. That was all he could feel. All right? The second person said, I think I'm touching a long, winding object. The trunk. Was he wrong? No. But 6 of them touched something different. And they were sure that what they touched was correct. Remember, they will refer their feelings to their cells of recognition. Many a time, our experiences are not absolute because what we have deposited as our frame of reference is too shallow. So many people don't know nothing about money. That's why they'll be broke. They may have a billion, but the money soon flies away. The reason because what makes people retain the resources is not available to them. Okay, so while these men have finished, a fully sighted man comes along and he asks, what exactly is this? Oh, the man said, wow, this is an elephant. And all the other 6 guys said, no way, you cannot be correct. How can this be an elephant? This cannot be an elephant. This cannot be an elephant. So, but this is an elephant. Look at it. It has this. Now, listen. He said that because of the position he was taking. Not because the blind men were taking a wrong position. If he were blind, he would never have said it was an elephant. If he were blind. Many of us run into this fallacy, these wrong assumptions, that the way we perceive things is the way it should be. We should see things from different frames of references. And that's why I'll be showing you 3 main perspectives of change. Whenever we talk about change, a number of people think, mean, or always feel, or expect absolutely new things. Change your dress. Somebody feels, throw away what you are wearing and get another one. Most often than not, change is what we want, meaning forget these policies, formulate another set of policies. At times, they say, change this government means chase everybody away from this government and let's have brand new people. Change from 3 perspectives will mean number 1, the first perspective. Change means to create. Change means to create. Change means to create. Remember, we are still talking about personal change. I can tell you what we also mean by change is a transformation. Do you know the life cycle of a butterfly? We all know. The first stage is the egg, ba? Number 2, the larva, pupa, the caterpillar, and the mother butterfly. Now, every stage is a change stage. But what you find there is a transformation. The figure has changed. It is not the same anymore. Change also means transformation. But we're talking about 3 perspectives here. The first perspective is create. To change means to start something new. To create means to start something new. To bring into being that which is not existing before. So you look into your life. What is that thing that will enable me to achieve my goals that I do not have at all in my life? What is that thing that I need to start doing that I'm not doing? That is a change step. That is a change perspective. Change means to create. It means to initiate. Start something new. Bring something to bear. Something new to being. Something that was never existing before. Start it. Something you were never doing before. Start it. Something you were never doing before. Begin it. Begin a process. Many of us will need to check our lives. And I'm going to get to domains of personal change shortly. And look at particular domains of our lives and say, I need to start doing something. Let's just take finances, for example. Many people don't save, yet they expect to be great financially. Napoleon Hill said, any man who cannot save does not have the seed of greatness in him. Anyone who cannot save does not have the seed of greatness in him. To save suggests that you set apart. Some people, all they have comes in and goes out. They're a pipe. They retain nothing. They're just a conduit for it. In fact, Solomon in Proverbs 11 and verse 24 to 25 said, there is he that scattereth, yet increases. But there is he that withholdeth more than is meet. That suggests holding back more than you should hold back. And that takes me to another step. You should save, but you should not save everything. There is he that withholdeth more than he should withhold. That person tends to poverty. Oh, some people say, yes, I've got to save, and they save everything. Say, why are you not eating? I'm saving. Why are you not wearing good clothes? I'm saving. Saving for what? For a glorious future. For a bright future. There is he that withholdeth more than is necessary. There's a portion you must retain. There's a portion you must scatter. Scatter there means to invest. When I get to finance, I'll be telling you how to check out a portfolio for investment. When we talk about the portfolio, it means an array of things or areas where you have put in your energy, your financial energy, or your physical energy, or your mental energy. So the first perspective that you should see change as is to start something new, to create. Number two, change is to be perceived as an attempt to innovate. To create. Number two, to innovate. Change means to innovate. Now, what does the word innovate mean? To innovate means to improve upon the existing. Improve upon the existing. There is what you're currently doing in your life. You need to improve upon it. You're saving. Can you improve on your savings? You're watching your weight. You want to reduce your size. You're on a diet. Maybe your exercises, you're not being consistent in it. Can you improve upon it? Oh, you want to be better off in terms of knowledge acquisition. You're not reading so much. You want to improve upon it. To change means to innovate, to improve upon the existing. And the existing here is what is productive. If you are creating something new, it has never existed before in your life. It doesn't mean it's not existing at all in the world. It suggests that you have never done it before in your own personal life. I want to start doing this. I want to start doing this. To innovate means this is what I'm doing, but I don't think I'm doing it well enough. Can I improve upon it? So to innovate means to improve upon. That is a measure of change. Because it's not the same anymore. Remember, change is an observable what? difference. A difference. A difference. It's a transformation. Something has taken this form. Change means it's in another form. No matter how minute it is. As I make this presentation, I'd like you to run back and forth through your life and begin to ask yourself, where do I need to make a change? And when you're asking, make a change, you're saying, where do I need to, 1, start something new, or 2, improve upon what I'm doing? Number 3, perspective of change is to terminate. To terminate. To terminate here means stop the unproductive. Stop the unyielding. Stop the unproductive. Stop the unyielding. Stop the unproductive and stop what? The unyielding. There are things that you're doing currently in your life. They are not bringing the desired result. Why continue them? If I say change, change therefore means stop doing it, and then you take another perspective, you start doing something different. But change suggests you should stop. Stop. Discontinue. Check your life. There is something you need to stop doing. Maybe that will make your life better. There's something you need to stop doing. You just need to stop doing it. Remember I said, I will say a few things. You will hear them. But the most important thing for you at this seminar is what you say to yourself. So as you're going through this session, don't just listen to me. You will have wasted your time and effort, haven't come here today, if you are not willing to make use of what is being shared. Remember I said, 2 things can only happen to the participants at this seminar. 1, they will either get better or they will go worse. Better because they will get to use all the information they'll be hearing today. And 2, they will ignore it. And because life is not in a static position, they move backward. And I've assured you that that's not going to be you if you will take responsibility. So change, number 3 perspective, is to terminate. You begin to ask yourself questions. What do I need to stop doing? This is not giving me the goals. It's not giving me the kind of results I want in my life. It's not giving me the kind of results I want in my life. Now let's go to the 3rd section of this presentation. And that is, what is the target of change? What is the target of change? The first thing I did here was give you an overview of change. The second, I told you the 3 perspectives of change. Now, what is the target of change? What exactly is the target of change? What exactly is the target of change? What exactly is the target of change? The target of change is to get results. It's just simple. That's simple. To get results. And the results will be evident in the areas of life, which I'll show you shortly, the domains of personal change. You just want to get results. Why am I rushing to start something new? I want to get results or get better results. Or I don't want to get this kind of results. Ultimately, all change is targeted at getting results. You want to be happier. You want to be healthier. You want to be wealthier. You just want to stop experiencing what you're currently experiencing. What is the target of change? The target of change is what? To get results. The target of change is to get results. So ask yourself a question. The results I'm currently having in my life, do I want to continue having them? Whether academic, or spiritual, or financial, or mental, do I want to continue having this kind of results? The target of change is what? Results. Now let me show you the 7 domains of personal transformation. The 7 domains of personal transformation. I've said that change simply means experiencing an observable difference in your life. And I've told you that change can be perceived or viewed from 3 perspectives. One is to create something new. Number 2 is to innovate, that is, improve upon the existing. Number 3 is to terminate, to stop the unproductive. And I said also to you that the main target of change is to get results. Now, in what areas? In what areas do we need to get these results? Man, the individual man, is a creation of a higher self. There is the physical self of man, which we see today, and there is the higher self. Man is a triune being. Man is a triune being. Man is what? A triune being. He is spirit. He has a body, which makes it physical, and it has a soul. He lives in a body, we're told, and he has a soul. So the 3 main domains of personal change for man are his spirit, 2, his physical body, and then the 3rd, his soul. I'm going to break it down into 7. Anytime you want to appraise yourself, you want to find out how well you're doing in life, you will check out on these 7 parameters for personal change and transformation. If you want to check out what things you need to start doing afresh, measure them against these 7 areas. Your spirit is standing strong as a spirit. So number 1 domain is your spirit. Your spirit here is your higher self. And here I talk about the human spirit. I'm not talking about God or Holy Spirit. Your human spirit. That is that area of your life where you connect with the outer world. There is no religion on the face of the earth that does not agree with the fact that man connects with something outside himself to get things done. People call it different kinds of things. Some people call it God. Some others say it is energy. Some say it is Buddha. Some say it is Krishna. Some say whatever. But the bottom line is man has something within him that enables him to connect with the higher self, with the higher world, with the supernatural. And that is the spirit of man. There is a supra being in man called the spirit. That is your first domain of transformation. If you don't understand that you've got a spirit, and ultimately that spirit is one that controls, it is the focal point for the transformation of all the other 6 areas. Your spirit, the human spirit. You see, the human spirit is like a transformer. In fact, it is a transformer. The human spirit connects to the higher level and relate with the lower level. For those in engineering, you know we have what we call step-up transformer and step-down transformers. With your human spirit, you connect with the higher dimension of life. And with the same spirit, you connect with the lower dimension of life. Some of the activities of the human spirit include prayer. One of the activities that help to build, to change, to transform the human spirit is prayer. Prayer is a deliberate attempt to connect to providence, God. Your spirit man becomes better off. Remember, the target of change is what? Results. The target of change is what? Results. Results. Your spirit man gets better as you pray. Because prayer connects you with. And now, believe me, check all religions. All religions in the world, there is a form of one prayer or the other. Whether you are a Kanka, or you are Muslim, or you are Christian, or you are Buddha, or you are even whatever, Jesuit, whatever kind of religion, even the Jews pray. But you see, there are people that do not understand that the reason they're not able to draw so much from outside themselves is because they cannot connect. All the other dimensions, the 6 dimensions I'm going to mention, they are within yourself. But there's something outside yourself. Outside. All of the supplies of this world are not within you. You connect with them. No religion in this world, believe me, you can search it out, ignores that there's a place of prayer. Every one of them says prayer is essential. Then how come those who want to get better in life don't pray? You want to get better in your life and you don't pray. You don't get on your knees and pray to God or to your being. Whatever you have chosen to be your being, I suggest to you and advocate that you make him Jesus, your Lord. And it's a universal principle. Number 2, element of that spirit, which is your number 1 domain, is a study of the nature of the higher being. A conscious study of the nature of the higher being. Do you know many of the things that we receive in our spirits, they are only validated by their outcomes. We can't debate it. If I said to you, there's an impression on my mind, in my spirit, that I should give you something. Or if I say, like many people normally will say, something said to me that I should do this for you. It's difficult to say what thing. What thing? Our spirit is like a frequency. And you will not know what thing is speaking to you, what is going to help you generate positive results or negative results. And that's why you must know the nature. Now, the individual has offsprings, children. Believe me, if I hear my son's voice here, right now, I will know. Some people are so blessed, when they see 10 pots of soup, they can tell you which one is their mother's soup. Right? My mother will not put curry like this. No, this is not our food. It looks like it's like our neighbor's zone. Because you eat everywhere, you know your neighbor's food. You go to the next and say, it's my auntie that cooked this one. My auntie, I know this is my auntie's zone. This is my auntie's food. This is my sister's food. This is my sister's own. Always salty. This is my sister's. And then you taste and say, Mommy, this is my mom's food. Somehow we get it. Because we have interacted with it a lot of the times. And so we are guided and not making mistakes. But friends, if the most important domain of our life is our spirit, how come we're not connecting sufficiently? Number 3 dimension is meditation. 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 Meditation, to meditate means is the process of pondering and contemplating on what you have heard. To draw greater virtues than what seem to be obviously evident. Pondering. In fact, meditation gets you to a point of what I call creative visualization. You meditate. Another word for it is musing. You muse. You ponder. You turn things over and over and over and over again in your spirit. Because what you're about to do is to create something that is not existing, or review what you're currently experiencing and see whether you must continue with it or not. Do you want to get better in your life? Give attention to those things. Number 2 domain is your physical life. And by physical life, we refer here to your body, your frame. Some of us are overweight. And how we know it is when we cannot stand for too long and the ankles don't feel pain. Some people can't jump. Do you know? Say, now everybody, let's jump. The legs are not leaving the ground. Say, jump. I remember many years ago in secondary school. Oh, my Lord. In my secondary school, I was in a boarding house. And on a Wednesday, we went for labor. You know, labor, we call grass. Somehow, some people went to the beehive. You know, they apportioned slots for us to cut. So guys got to a particular place and they saw this stuff. They didn't know it was a beehive. And they slashed it and all the bees came out. You know, like a legion, they were released. I now release you to go forth after men. So they were just coming, saying, where are you? You think you can disturb us and go scot-free? We are here for you. So they pick up somebody and say, receive it. They say, you, receive it. And when people start receiving it, they start, manifesting. They start manifesting somehow. I mean, it was difficult. I was stung bitterly. And yes, I just kept removing my clothes. It makes it worse. But there was this heavy-duty lady. While we were running, I was already getting tired. The bees were chasing us. I was getting tired. Somehow, I just didn't feel anything again. You know why? She fell on me. She fell on me. I just heard, boom. Boom, I was face down. Now she was on me. All I was just hearing was zoom, zoom. Those things were just flying above. Because at the point where I was too low for the bees to come. But I was about dying. I prefer the bees to sting me than for this woman to be on me. Heavy weights. She could not run. So as we were running, I was tired. Not because I couldn't run, little frame. But this heavy-duty Yokozuna woman just came on me, boom. In our physical life, a number of us need to check our body size. It's essential. You see, the body is what we require to drive the activities to achieve those results that we desire. Some people can sleep on water. They have not trained themselves to stay up late until their results are accomplished. In fact, in this air-conditioned room, it's a difficult thing to do in this part of the world. When it blows on people, it's like this evil spirit says sleep. But once you get out of that air-conditioned room, somehow you find out that maybe the world is so tough and it's hot. You know, people stay awake in heat, and they stay awake in a cool environment. I'm going to show you after showing you these conditions. These domains of change. I'm going to show you conditions under which change occurs. So, air-conditioned room, you find them struggling. Your eyes are just battling. Be like this. Oh Jesus! You'll be shaking. Don't worry. If there's anybody like that here, you're overcome. Check your physical body. Check your nutrition. Number 2 area. Check your nutrition. What are you feeding on? What are you feeding on? What are you eating? I had a challenge, and I think I'm just getting over it bit by bit. Bit by bit. Abi? Bit by bit. I didn't know how all my clothes that I had, all of a sudden to button up my shirt, I had to suck in my stomach. Stomach was expanding. And I was asking myself, what exactly is happening? I don't eat much, but, guys are supposed to have 6 packs, but I have 1 bag. So I'm wondering, 1 super pack, okay, or 1 hungry man size, or something. 1 hungry man size. You see, and I jokingly said to a few people, how much of the world can you change with 6 packs of food? If you have 6 packs of rice, how many people can you feed? Or with 1 bag of rice, you save the world. You save the world. I was just trying to encourage and comfort myself. But you check out what you eat. I realized, one, I eat late in the night. And so once you eat late in the night, bam, the air blows on you. And they say, my son, sleep. So you eat heavy duty food, mostly carbohydrates, and then you go, bam. It's not digesting. In fact, God help you sleep in a particular position, so the whole food will just go to this side. So when you wake up in the morning, you realize this side of your stomach is the one that is big. Next tomorrow, you sleep like this. You realize this side is big. The next day, you come like this. You realize everything is just expressing. It goes for the man, it goes for the woman. Nobody's exempted. I also realized that I was taking a lot of floured or sugared edibles. You take donuts, you add carbonated drink on it, you're feeling fly. Once you're done, you now sit. It settles. When you're up, they are still sitting. So you just carry the stomach everywhere. And it makes you feel, see, when you don't have a good body, there are economic disadvantages for it. You know why? You will have to change your wardrobe. You'll have to change your wardrobe. See, there are both economic disadvantages. Believe me, you bought a size 16 gown. And all of a sudden, because you're not taking care of your body, you have become size 18. You have to sow a seed. You have to sow a seed because it's gone. Economic disadvantage of bad nutrition. We should start teaching economic disadvantage of bad nutrition. One of it is you have to buy new clothes. You spend more money when you should have been taking care of your body. Are we together? You spend more money when you should have taken care of your body. And if you are bigger and you have now reduced in size, it's easier to slim fit. When they're packing it in, tell them, don't cut it away. Just hide it inside, okay? Because I may come back to loosen it. So, but just fold it inside. I know a couple of people that what they used to wear before, now, it's looking like parachute for them. So they go and slim fit it. And so that it can be, a lot more fitted. So check out your nutrition. Number 3 dimension on that domain is exercising. Jesus came and he said, a body has thou prepared for me. We're told that he was given 39 stripes. Do you know how many bodies can take such stripe and not die? One alone. Some bodies they've given up. A body has thou prepared for me. Every assignment we have in life requires a physical body that can carry the burden of the assignment. And one way to keep fit is by exercising. We are told that bodily exercise profits, even if it is a little. It profits. We're talking about whether it's a little or it's much. Do you know that what keeps the door hanging is that little hinge? Remove that hinge, no matter how big the frame is, the door is not there. You may have great connections in your spirit domain. You are praying very well. You are receiving directions from providence as to the next thing to do. But your body, which is what can enable you walk in this earth, this physical space, you cannot use it. Say, hey, run. Say, who? Me. In fact, when men are in danger, whether you have a big size or not, like that lady that hit me, life and death are not only in the power of the tongue, they are also in the feet of men. Yeah? A lion is chasing you. You wouldn't know when you are scaled 6 feet. You wouldn't know whether you did scissor style, backstroke, whatever style you have gone. Why? Because your life is the result. Preserving your life is the result that is prime to you at that point. And so, this result, I must get it. This body, you must comply. Now, go. In fact, you don't even, the brain tells the body, everybody agrees. You want to move, you want to leave, say yes. It's like teleporting. Boom, you're gone. Exercise. Now, the third domain are emotions. Our emotions. The first domain I said is our spirit. The second domain I said is what? Our physical body. Our emotions. We should always try to keep positive emotions. Our emotions. How we feel. Many people are always feeling negative. They see no positive sides to life. We've been told by the Chancellor of Covenant University, if you have lost anything, God is the reason you have not lost everything. You know how people just feel bad. You know how much I don't like people saying, oh, it's another Monday, or thank God it's Friday. Many people celebrate Friday more than they celebrate Monday. For Monday represents rat race. Friday celebrates end of the rat race. I'm now done. I've pressed the tape. Ask yourself, Monday to Friday, what have I now done? If on Monday say the race is about to start, young men, ladies, gentlemen, old and let's run this race. They start running. Friday say, thank God it's Friday. You've been running for 5 days. And what you've been carrying is a negative mindset. Negativities. Believe me, friends, it's in our emotions that we express passion. When there's no passion behind an activity, it cannot generate any results. When there is no passion behind an effort, there can be no desired results. When there is no passion behind an effort, there will be no results. In fact, John Maxwell calls it passion capital. You must be passionate. It's about enthusiasm. We must be enthusiastic about the things I want to do. If you must improve your life, how passionate about that goal are you? How passionate? Check out your emotions. Are you feeling great? Many of us always tell ourselves, if they ask you how are you, you say, I'm just there. The moment you say I'm just there, you know what happens to you? You're just there. In fact, I've always taught, TAUGHT, that people should not say or use negative words. Don't say, I don't have money. Excuse me. Don't even say, I don't have it yet. Don't say, I don't have money or I don't have it yet. Oh, can I use your laptop? Don't say, oh, you're mocking me. Should I don't have. You are not asking me, you're mocking me. I don't have. And someone says, oh, I want to speak positive. I don't have yet. No. I don't have yet does not help you to build a vibe within you to get that result. You want the laptop, but you don't have. But the vibe within you that must come out is not that I don't have yet. Rather, it's better to say, I am in the process of getting one. You know what that does to you? Everything around you begins to say, are we walking towards a laptop? Are we walking towards a laptop? They begin to find out. I say, oh, Oga says we are walking towards a laptop. Before you know it, ideas about how to get it begins to come in. Are you traveling this holiday to the US? Oh, I don't have a visa. Oh, better to say, we're in the process of determining whether we should go this year or next. We're in the process. The discussion has not begun in my house as to whether we should travel or not. Don't say yes, we are traveling. If you are traveling, say yes, it's a positive energy. But don't say no, we are not, we can't. Why should we? We to where? They asked, I remember I've been to 3 countries. I didn't even say one. All the countries I've been to online. I have yahoo.fr, yahoo.in, yahoo.com, yahoo.ng, I've been to all of the world. Excuse me. Check out your emotions. Number 4 domain is your intellect, which is your mind. The human mind is the greatest instrument available to us. Many people think the brain is the mind. When we say let's describe the mind, the only image, because we always think in images, remember? I said that. When I say draw the mind, what will you draw? The brain. But that's not the mind. The brain only shows us that, okay, maybe this is what we conjure. We use the brain to depict the processes of the mind. We use the brain to depict the process of the mind. That is not the mind. The mind of man is the seat of imagination. It is in the mind of man that he cooks the things he wants to see. The mind of man is where he ponders. It's the mind of man that he meditates. It's in his mind that he thinks. James Allen said, as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. James Allen said in his book, as a man thinketh. I'm sure it was referring to the Bible anyway. So as you think in your heart, in fact, your life, we are told in the law of attraction, that your life will only gravitate towards your most dominant thoughts. Your life will gravitate towards your most dominant thoughts. Many of us are thinking bad thoughts. And let me tell you this, and I'm going to sound very strong on this. Do you know if you don't want sickness, you should never think sickness. There's a difference between pro-life and anti-abortion. Can I tell you why? If you are pro-life, your focus is on life. If you are anti-abortion, your focus is on abortion. Even though you are against abortion. So don't say war against corruption. Because what is on the topmost part of your mind is corruption. So you'll be seeing corruption everywhere. War against corruption. Why don't you promote integrity? All you'll be seeing are activities and actions of integrity. But you see, in our minds, the way we think, the way we process thoughts, many of us go around having our minds dominated with the things that we don't want to see. We don't want to see poverty. Don't say war against poverty. Let's say promoting prosperity. Then we'll be charged to creating prosperity programs rather than preparing anti-poverty activities. Poverty alleviation, no, prosperity promotion. I mean, it's as simple as that because we will be walking towards our most dominant thought. That's the way this mind thinks. Anti-poverty. Poverty. Anti-poverty. You are only saying, I'm fighting against poverty. I'm fighting against poverty. I'm fighting against poverty. So that's why we call it as a human resource function. We say health and wellness. We call it health, and wellness. Our focus is on health and wellness. You don't say your focus is against, we are anti-sickness. Because you'll be fighting sickness. Anti-corruption, you'll be fighting corruption. But pro-prosperity means, or for prosperity means, you'll be designing to see prosperity. Let's change the way we think. And let's stop our mind from thinking on the things that we don't want to see. Number 5 is our decisional life, our willpower. Our willpower. Our willpower is also an embodiment of the soul. Our emotions, our intellect, and willpower, they're part of the third domain of life, which is the soul. But this is the fifth one, the decisional power. Many of us don't decide what we want to experience. Many of us assume we want what we want to experience. We're told about Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego that Daniel proposed in his heart. Whenever we make willful decisions, many of us have our willpowers on the surface level. The surface level will not take you any far. Decisions made in the deepest part of the heart is what enables you to hold on more, hold on for long, hold on longer on a particular frame. He proposed in his heart that he will not defile himself with the king's meat. Where was Samson's willpower? It was more on the surface level. Look at this. We are told that David led the people in the integrity of his heart and skillfulness of his hand. Integrity of the heart. Integrity is of the heart, not of the outcomes or the actions that we see. Because the results we experience are products of what has gone on within. Listen, friends, and listen, please listen to this very carefully. You must prepare yourself from the combination of circumstances that want to throw at you. You must prepare yourself for the combinations of circumstances the world will throw at you. You must prepare yourself for the combinations of circumstances the world will throw at you. Be ready to say no to what you don't want to see. I'm ready to say why not to the things that are seemingly being taken far away from you. See, you have a target, and this is where your willpower comes in. Asking the right questions, posing the right questions to yourself. I want a car, your target. Why? You have it. Answer the question. Why? You answer it. And they say, hey, it's not for you. I say, why not? And I go to the third dimension of the question, why not me? The fourth dimension of the question, why not me now? These are the things that help to strengthen the decisions we make. Why? Why not? Why not me? Why not me now? Why not me now? A number of us want some experience in our lives, and we're allowing things toss us to and fro. Why? You say, I don't have sufficient reason, and you stop it. You should ask yourself, why not? Listen, friends, you're asking for a promotion. Say, sorry, you're not qualified. Say, why not? Okay, we'll give you maybe next year. Why not now? What's stopping it from being now? We're told that Daniel said to the man, see, he said the king's order is in a hurry. He said, if you can't get it now, kill everybody. He said, hey, why not till evening? Why not till evening? Why not till evening? Give us a little more time. Give us a little more time. Many of us lose out on opportunities because we are not asking questions that solidify or help us preserve our decisions. You decided in the morning that today you will not spend 2,000 naira. You now get to the office and say that you should be. Say, contribute. Hey. I said, I've told myself, no way. Ask them, why should I buy? If they are like you, they will say, why not? If they are not, then you now ask them again, why me? And if they are stronger than you, they say, why not now? You have a way of answering those questions yourself. See, I have a way of making people do what I want them to do. If I ask you a question and trying to dodge me, I'll give it to you. I know all these questions very well, so I'll show you that to you. Your decisions are not stable because you don't know how to solidify them and sustain them. So you now go to the office, I should be, you say, this I've said to myself, highest I will spend today is 1,500. And I've already spent maybe 1,000 on airtime. The remaining 1,000, no way. In the first place, why did you come out with 2,000? He said, no, I can't use my ATM. The person said that should be, does you have a POS? Does you have a POS? But she said, you don't have cash. Let's say, take, swipe. Swipe. I'm hearing now that it happens in churches now. In your church? It happens in your church. Offering, he said, if you know you don't have cash, come to the back. The ushers are waiting for you. Say, auntie, press your pin. How much? Are we together? Your decisions. Number 6, your finances. That's another domain. Many of us here want to be millionaires. Right? Billionaires. Okay. Billionaires. In the toughest currency in the world. Pounds, you see? Billionaires. But why are we not billionaires? Let me tell you this. Many of us are billionaires, but are not manifesting it. A number of us here have abundant life, but we are not manifesting what? abundance. I don't want you to leave this seminar thinking that you are on the poor pedestal. If you're going to change your life, your financial life, check your savings. Are you saving money at all? I once thought that when I was, and then don't measure your savings by what your neighbor is doing. Let me speak to that first, and then I'll go back to how you should save. When you compare yourself with someone else, do you know what you're doing? Emmanuel, please come. Victor, please come. Now, for the purpose of illustration, Emmanuel is almost concluding his master's degree program. Victor is changing his career from sciences to management. He's got to switch. Ordinarily, he was supposed to continue in sciences. He would do straight a master's degree, just like Emmanuel is doing. But he's got to do a PGD, postgraduate diploma, because he's switching from sciences to this. This is comparison. Emmanuel, assuming he already has the master's degree, right? This man's target is the master's degree. Are we together? His priority is this man's attainment. He has achieved the master's degree. He is desiring to achieve the master's degree. Anytime you compare yourself with someone else, what you're doing is making a mistake by reviewing your priority against another person's achievement. This man has attained what I desire. So whenever you are comparing, you are only comparing your priorities. Anyone who is comparing is comparing his priorities against someone else's achievements. Someone say, don't compare. Because there's no basis. There's no basis. You may have finished the same year. But you have attained something, you are not attaining. You're not saying, hey, why is this happening? Why is this not happening? Your priorities currently, he has attained. So anytime we compare, check it out. Start evaluating your comparisons now. If you ever do comparisons, thank you. Let's applaud them. Let's applaud them. Thank you. Don't ever compare yourself because your priorities are your priorities. This my neighbor now has a bigger car. The moment you find yourself saying that, it suggests that that is your next desire. It may not be your top priority. Maybe that's why you have not had it. It may not be your top priority. That's why you have not had it. Now let's get back to savings. We save at different levels. Students cannot possibly save as much as their parents because what they possibly earn, the fraction of what they can save is lesser than what their parents earn and can save. So the ability to save is in everyone. And the discipline is what we preach. I remember many years ago, I had so many currencies in my hand. And I said to myself, I wanted to start saving money. But you know, what I was earning then was so big. It was not up to 60,000. I said to myself, Olumuyiwa, you're going out now. You will not spend, and no, then I was using a wallet. I don't use wallet anymore, there's no need to use wallet anymore. Things have changed, eh? So, but I use the wallet, so I said to myself, there will be no reason to keep 100 naira notes in my wallet, stepping out of the house. I'm stepping out in the morning, anything 100 naira and below in my pocket, in my wallet, I take it and I set it aside. I set it aside. I set it aside. So I didn't have a target of how much to save per time, but I was always telling myself all these things that people call change, I was not going to carry it out. So when I go out, I'm going to look for change. So when I come back to the house, that change is not leaving the house. He has come to stay. Do you know, after a long time, my change delivered me. A particular day I checked my house. I had 17,000. I was still single then. 17,000 naira of 10 naira, 20 naira, 5 naira. Many of us go to the store and buy and say, keep the change. Keep the change. That's your savings, though. Keep the change. Now, I'm not saying you can't give a tip, but as little and as base as that, I kept putting it together. Later on, I put myself on a compulsory savings plan. And I think everyone should try as much as possible to get himself on that frame. If you know you are not disciplined enough to set money aside by yourself, join a group that makes money come out of you by force. The moment you do it, friends, we are all creatures of habits. Once you do it after a period of time, it becomes a habit. Do you know what? If what you earn is, say, 200,000 naira per month, do you know if your company says, sorry, we have a problem now, we can't pay you 200,000 naira a month, or we pay you 70,000. That means you lose 130,000. But your boss didn't tell you they were saving it for you. So they were saving your 130,000 naira for you. Do you know your lifestyle will change to match up with 70K? It will change drastically to match up with 70K. Why? Because you no longer earn 130. If you have a discipline for savings, you will still be saving out of that 70K. And then maybe after 1 year, your boss comes to you and say, after 10 months of 130K, 10 months is 1.3 million. Now comes to you and says, what's your name? Emeka, I'm so sorry. I wanted to see if your lifestyle would change, and it did change. Things were altered. I was able to see tangible and observable difference. Here is a check of 1.3 million. Say, what did I do, sir? What did I do, sir? Please. He said, no, we never reduced your salary. We just saved 130,000 for you every month. This is 1.3. Do you know the moment they switch Emeka back to 200,000, he may not save again. But you see, also, if he is serious about the results he wants to get in his life, Emeka should tell himself, well, if I can survive on 70K, I should continue. Many of us have targets, goals. Remember I said results. You want to buy a new car. You want to go on a particular trip. Save the money for that trip. I remember one time when my wife was going to travel to the US with our children. She prepared. Prepared to be preferred. She prepared. She knew she was going to travel from one state to another state. She knew she was not going to come back. If she traveled with 2 boxes, women are like that. You travel with 2 boxes. Inside those 2 boxes are additional boxes, empty. Or you have money to buy bigger boxes. When you return, you went with 2. You have returned back like Jacob. He said, I have plenty. Believe me. But you don't experience such abundance except you prepare for it. Savings is preparing for the future. Setting aside resources that will give you energy to experience what you want in future. See, it's a power. In fact, Paul, the apostle, talked about giving as a grace. Giving power. So your finance, you need to know how to save. Number 2, invest. Where do you invest your money? The least place you can invest your money is a savings account. In Nigeria, they'll give you 3% per annum. Am I right? 3%. We have a banker in our midst, so we should be able to. We also have a retired banker. 3%. And has not changed. These banks are very difficult in Nigeria. They've been giving 3% for since when? Since forever. 3%. Doesn't change. Yeah, tax will go back and forth. VAT will go back and forth. Sir? Some account tax has reduced. Even interest has reduced from 3% to go to 2 point something percent. You see, they are wicked. Bankers are very wicked people. Well, 3%, that's the least you can get. There are different kinds of savings account or account products that can invest your money. You see, I'll zoom in on this on money, finances, an area of change. There are two ways to earn money. There are two ways to earn money. And please, if you're listening to this seminar and you want to shut down now, get this before you shut down. There are two ways to earn money. One, people working make money. Two, money working. You make money when people work, and two, when the money works. There's no other way. There are no other ways apart from those two ways. So you go out in the day as a laborer. You carry what do you call it? Saucepan on your head. And you go to the marketplace and say, I want to help you with your luggage. Now you help them with the luggage, and once you carry it, you know what's happening. When you're done, they pay. You have worked for the money. You come back, that's money. If you don't make it work for you, you keep working for it. There are two ways to earn money. When you go to work and when your money goes to work. Many of us do the first. We work. We work. And the money doesn't work. Where else can you invest apart from bank products or investment portfolios like that? Look for businesses to invest in. Small businesses. People invest. Investing in a business is buying shares. That's one way. But people always ask themselves, how much is my money? How much do I have? See, no matter what you have, it may not be sufficient for an investment, but make it a saving. If what you have in your hand is not sufficient to be called a harvest, turn it into a seed. If what you have in your hand is not sufficient to be called a harvest, turn it into what? A seed. Because the harvest is in its final state. A harvest is in its final state, ready for consumption. The seed has the potency and the potential to be multiplied. If what you have in your hand is not sufficient to be called a harvest, turn it into what? A seed. The final domain is the health. Health. Our health. We need to take care of ourselves. Sickness, diseases, ailments are avoidable if we live well. If we live well. If we live well. I've taught on a few points about nutrition. What exactly do you eat? Some people have called themselves vegetarians because they feel that will make them live longer. We're told that Daniel, in the days of the Babylonian king Nebuchadnezzar, said to himself, I'll only feed myself on vegetables. And he did. We're told in the Gospels that the man Peter saw a curtain full of meat and was saying, hey, I'm not going to eat this meat because they are unclean. But he ate meat. So meat or herbs are for consumption. But you should be able to tell in what proportion. We are told that if you eat pork, it stays 72 hours. I thought it said 14 days. Or is it red meat that says 14 days? Okay, red meat is 14 days in your stomach. Huh? 2 weeks. Red meat. 2 weeks in your belly. Wait a minute. How do you know red and blue meat? Is that is that red and blue meat? Red and white meat. Okay. White meat. You know, for the men that don't go to the kitchen all the time. Emeka, do you know red meat? Beef. Do you know white meat? Chicken. Okay. So white meat stays long for how long? 4 to 7 days. And then pork, 16 days. For people that have a bag like this, I know you have a bag too. Your medium-sized bag. Scattered kits. Starter kits. Now, some people have packs. You have packs. I mean, for people like you can spread the 14 days meat in 6 packs. You will feel it. But for those of us who have bags, we carry it everywhere we go for 14 days. Now, if you know that, if you have such information, you should know. Some people they don't have good hygiene. You don't bath very well. Talking about health now, you don't keep yourself very well. Some don't even know how to wear fragrance. You think it's for those who love fashion. No. See, you must appear pleasing. One of the principles of personal achievement is to have a pleasing personality. One of the principles of personal achievement is have a pleasing personality. You must smile at someone and they are not saying, "Oh, you know." You know, some people must not greet you. They say, it says, no. I see many of us at times are guilty of it unknowingly. You eat in the afternoon, you go for lunch, and you take fish, beans and bread, and then fish. And then you take water. When you come back, those who speak to you, they will encounter the fish. Now, it's not that you did not wash your mouth when you left your house in the morning, but you have added more. And now the water you have taken has not taken it off. I was once accused like that. Somebody accused me once. The person said, "Sir, did you just take fish?" I said, "Oh, excuse me." And it was true. I just finished eating, what do you call this kind of fish? Croaker fish or something. Wow. So even after I did, squashing my mouth, the thing did not go. Man, that means you must get things like glycerine, mouthwash, and so just put it there at the end so that even after a meal, or mentor, I know someone who takes Orbit gum a lot for freshness, not because you just want to chew gum. Some people are bound to chew gum. It's a bondage. Anything. But some people chew it for freshness of breath. So we may need to do that. You see, because some of these things can push you off. You're about to make a presentation. I say, "How is it?" "I'm fine." It's okay. Is it panel member? "Do you have any questions?" I say, "No question, no question. Just go." And it's gone. Let's put our hands together. Great. Now, I'm going to show you 2 conditions under which change occurs. 2 conditions under which change occurs. If you're writing, I'm sure your notes are already filled. Remember, you will hear a lot from me, but what is most important is what you tell yourself. What is most important is what you tell yourself. I've told you 2 things will happen after this seminar to all the participants, and I choose that one be the experience of everyone. 2 things that can happen is you either get better by the things you've heard, or you go worse. You get better because you're going to engage what you hear, and 2, you go worse because you're going to ignore it. And my desire for everyone is that they get better by the things that they hear. I've shown you and I've said that Change is about an observable difference. It's a transformation. I told you also that change means to create, to innovate, and to terminate. I've told us that the target of change is to obtain results. I've also shared with us in the course of this seminar that there are three main divides of the man. He's a triune being. He's a spirit, he lives in the body, and has a soul. And I've helped us to identify 7 domains of personal change wherein we can begin to see better results in our lives. Now, how does change occur? How does change occur? Change occurs under 2 conditions. Change occurs under 2 conditions. 1, under the condition of light. And 2, under the conditions of heat. 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 H-E-A-T. Change occurs under 2 conditions. Light and heat. Many psychologists have explained it as the pain-pleasure principle. That's the way they explained it. But this is a little different. Light, the condition of light is simple. You change when you get, 1, a better understanding. A better understanding. Maybe you attract new information and you see that I cannot continue to do this the way I'm doing it. Or no, I should stop doing this because there's a better way. When you get to the point of understanding, you change. We're still talking about change under the conditions of light. Number 2, change under conditions of light can be expressed when you see the consequence of a positive action that someone has taken. The outcome of a positive action that someone has taken. The outcome of a positive action that someone has taken. You see somebody invest in a particular business and it gets, boom, this outcome. You know what you do? You try to want to do the same. You try to want to do the same. If this was what you did and we got this, maybe I should try it. When you see the outcomes of a positive step taken by someone, you want to change. Number 3 expression of change under light is when you get inspired. Inspiration. 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 You're inspired to take a step. Remember, you are a spirit. You're connected with your spirit and you are able, by creative visualization or meditation, be able to come up with a certain thing that you should do. You go for it. Change under conditions of light. It's as simple as that. Many people will start saving when they see that with more savings, you get more options. Do you know that money gives us options? Friends, do you know money gives us options? If you have 2 million naira and you want to buy a car, your target results, your results in your area of life, physical life, you don't want to always be trekking to work. You now want to drive. You've got 2 million. Go to the car dealer. You don't have many options. Most of the options you have are Tokumbo. You don't have brand new options. With 2 million naira, I said they are doing promo or they are doing dash. I'm not sure that, I don't know how many brand new cars go for 2 million now. I'm not sure, 2 million naira or not $2 million. But I mean 2 million naira, I'm not sure how many cars go for 2 million naira. Old Kia, and it's brand new. Serato, brand new. That's fantastic. Why have they not used all this wire? Why have they not used all this wire? All this wire, they didn't drive it. Brand new. They didn't drive it all this wire. They now want to sell it to me at 1.7. I won't buy. 1.7. Kia Cerato. Congratulations to them. Now, with 2 million, you have limited options. But you go to the market with 20 million naira. Your options have increased, including those Tokumbo cars. So how many Ceratos can you buy with 20 million? Plenty. More than 10. Ma? You can open a car mat with your Cerato. Say, Cerato car mat. Just go with 20 million. You start selling Cerato. 1.7, 1.7, 1.7. Really cars. You like cars, right? You like to sell cars. Start selling. All right, now, with more money comes more options. If you have got 2 million, in fact, if you have got 1 million naira, and you have a family of 5, it's better not to travel abroad for summer. Because you can't buy your return ticket. If you buy it, you just go there and see. You will not stay in any house or hotel or anywhere. You won't stay anywhere. Just buy the ticket, go, get to the airport, say, we have seen it, oh yeah, let's go back. Can you return? Why? Because with 1 million, how much can you do? If you buy a return ticket at 200K, a family of 5, that's 1 million. And that's all you have. So you buy it, when you get to the airport, you say, actually our return flight is tonight. You arrive there in the morning, say, our return ticket is for this night. So we are not going out of this airport. We are going back tonight. Can you imagine? Because you don't have options. But if you've got 100 million, you can do Lagos, Dubai, London, New York, Chicago, Shanghai, all over the world. You become Ajala. You're just traveling. With more money, you have more options. And that's why, friends, don't ever say that you cannot get your results. All I need is more money, and I'll get it. Don't say you can't buy this kind of shoe. Hey, it's for big women like you. No. Because she's got more money. Don't tell people how much. My options are limited. See, I'm just contributing. My options are limited. You know that I don't have money. My options are limited. I'm not looking at. My options are limited. My options are limited. Say, why are you not buying this? I'm just reducing my options. For now, my options are limited. Why do you want to go to Ghana? I say, my options are limited. I think having a feel of Africa is okay. In this phase of life, I prefer to go to Benin Republic. In this phase of life, it's okay to go to Benin Republic, you know. Is it okay to go to Benin Republic? Isn't it? It's fine to go to Benin Republic. We have somebody from Benin Republic here. You know her? Okay, she's from Benin Republic. It's not okay to come. It's abroad. It's abroad. And they'll stamp your passport outside by the border, right? You go to Togo, you go to Benin, pam, pam, pam. You return, you'll have reached more than 3 countries. You'll have reached more than 3 countries. Absolutely, physically. If you go to Ghana and you go by road, you know how many countries you have reached? You crossed through plenty countries. Number 2 condition of change is heat. Changing under condition of heat. Changing under conditions of heat. Changing under conditions of heat. Heat is when you are stranded. When your options are limited, you will change your style. You change your style. You know, when we're much younger and they want to punish you, it says stool down. You are going, your left leg is up and your finger is down. When you start feeling pain, you switch like this. And then the person punishes you says, hey, return. You start vibrating. That's how good it is. I don't know how many of you were punished that way. You are punished that way. How many of you punish people that way? You punish people that way. He said, put your hand, kneel. Then when you are staying too long, and then you switch, you say, no, go back there. You see, when the thing that led you to that punishment, when you see staring at you, say, I know you when I see you. You will make me sweat, and you go away. When students in a university like ours see other students, number 2 dimension now, when you see the consequences of people's wrong actions. In the university where you came from, sir, some people change when they see that others are expelled. The younger people say they give themselves a brain. That, give yourself a brain, oh. See your guys, they don't send them come out. Just give yourself a brain. People adjust. They readjust. And they stop doing it. As an individual, do you know when you suffer losses in your investment, your brain comes alive? You did not do due diligence. You now pump your money in the particular place. When you suffer losses, you say, why did I do this? Why I shouldn't have done it. But I did. Some people enter into wrong relationships, and when the outcomes bust open, they are brighter and wiser. We change, that if we start something new, we improve upon what we're doing, or we stop what we're doing when we realize great outcomes or negative experiences under condition of light and heat. Now let me take you to the last part of this presentation, which is man as the instrument of change. You are the instrument of change. The change that you desire is not going to come from anywhere external. You are the instrument of change. You are the one that's going to inspire, and you're going to be the one to bring about that change. Man as the instrument of change. I've told us that man is a triune being. But this man has got a set of abilities. He's got a set of abilities that I call a basket. Man has got a set of abilities. It's the operation, the combined operation of these abilities and these competences that enable him to really change. Now, what are these competences? Number 1, B, stands for background education. Background education. We are told that some men do not have more than 2 years formal education, yet they hit it great in life. Yet they make great strides in life. How then do they do it? 2 years of formal education. In fact, I know a man, one of my role models, Peter J. Daniels. Peter J. Daniels says he has never had the disadvantage of going to a university. He said, I've never had the disadvantage. He calls going to a university a disadvantage. He said, I have never had the disadvantage of going to a university. Today, Peter J. Daniels' company have their own private currency. Peter J. Daniels. They have their own private currency. They own a silver and a gold bullion bank. He must be about 87 years old now. Background education. So you must strive. Depending on your goals, you must strive. Depending on the results you want to experience, you must strive to improve on your background education. Number 2, element of your competency is your attribute, your personality. Who are you? Do you know who you are? What exactly is your makeup? What are you made up of? How do you respond on certain issues? How? Number 3, dimension of your ability is your skill. Skills here are things that you have acquired under training. What are your skills? What are your skills? What are the things that you have acquired under training? Number 4 element of your competence is knowledge. How much worldview do you have concerning the things that are your quests? What is your worldview concerning the things that you want to accomplish in life? Your knowledge. E, your experience. What are the antecedents? What are the collections of your previous engagements that will influence what you want to become? Many of us have had stints here and there. Stints here and there. What exactly are those experiences? And last point there, T, is for talent. Your natural endowments. Your natural endowments. Your inherent, inborn abilities. Inherent and inborn abilities. Inherent and inborn abilities. The basket. Now, these dimensions of the man enables him to work out a change in his life. These dimensions, B stands for what? A stands for what? S, skills. K, E, and T. Now that man, as the instrument of change, is the agent of change. Now I'll show you another dimension of this man, which you must live here with. We are told, maybe I should ask this question rather than say we're told. What is a living thing? Anything that has life. You said? Mr. Niger D. Mr. Niger D. Somebody said Mrs. Gren. So Mr. and Mrs. Now, we're told those are the features or characteristics of a living thing. Now, have you ever taken time to list these features of a living thing and ask yourself if you really are expressing it, apart from existing? You know, many of us define a living thing by mere existence. Mr. Niger D, I am moving. I am respirating. I'm eating and drinking. Irritability. I'm sensitive. All right? I know when there's pain. And I know when there's pleasure. Right? G, I'm growing. Okay? E, I'm excreting. I'm managing waste. R, I'm reproducing. Having more children. And D, them go die. You know, not I go die. They go die. Now, we do all of these things based on mere existence. But have we tried to have a different look at it? If we take away D, death, from it, and we use Mrs. Gren as a framework. M, there stands for movement. Every living thing moves. Ask yourself, where have I moved to in my finances? Where have I moved to? Am I really living as my spirit domain is concerned? Have I shifted? Number 2, respiration. Do you know that respiration is a creation of energy? Because you give, what do we give again? Carbon dioxide, and we receive. Do you know that is life? There is no energy outside respiration. There's no energy outside respiration. Respiration is in giving and receiving. So ask yourself, how much energy am I generating? Remember, friends, you cannot increase the energy level financial energy, physical energy, if you're not giving out anything. If you're not giving out anything, you must be willing to give out something and receive back. Sensitivity. How many of us are aware and conscious of the things happening around us or happening around our finances or our health? Do you know some people have cancer they didn't know until they ruptured? But see, we look at this category of living things and then we look at it from the perspective of, I'm living, I'm moving. At least I can move from my sitting room to the dining, to the bathroom, to the kitchen. No. Can we look at it from a perspective of a life that must be transformed? G for growth. Friends, do you know this? And this is very, very important. Do you know we all grow towards light? All living things grow towards light. All living things grow towards light. All living things grow towards light. Remember, condition of light when you change. When you find positive things around you, you go for it. People are growing towards having more degrees, more knowledge, light. Light. Do you know also that with brighter light, we gain greater speed? Your growth level, the rate of your growth can be enhanced. The rate of your financial growth can be enhanced, sir, if you got brighter light. When you have your candle light and you are going on a journey, you can't run too fast because you can't see well. But when you got a floodlight, you can't dare anything on your way because you can see the patterns. We all grow towards light. Ask yourself, what am I feeding myself with in terms of knowledge? It will determine the rate of growth that you're having. And your growth will determine how fast you are achieving your goals. What you feed upon determines your growth. Your growth in life determines who you attract. And who you attract determines what you become. Reproduction. Are you influencing people? Many of us see reproduction as giving birth to more children. But you see, are your philosophies being replicated? Your strong thoughts, are they being transferred to more people? How much of your philosophies have people embraced and are living on? Many of us will live our lives and not have legacies because we don't know that we are really living things and we must reproduce, not just our physical bodies, but all the things that we believe, our belief systems must be reproduced. You must be a mentor to somebody. You must be a role model to someone. You must be a coach to someone. In fact, you must sponsor somebody. You must advocate for somebody's elevation, somebody's growth. That's how to show that you are reproducing. Don't just impregnate your wife or let your husband impregnate you and you have 3 children and say, we have reproduced, we are living things. In your career, how many people have you been able to raise? To reproduce means to raise more people, to bring to life. How many millionaires have you raised? And I'll talk about excretion, waste. We need to know how to manage robbers. Waste are robbers of good health in the body. By the time you excrete, the things that you have excreted, they are the robbers of your good health. If they remain there, what happens to your body? You'll be unhealthy. So we must know how to manage the robbers of our finances, the robbers of our good health, robbers of our spirit, robbers of our decisional life. All those 7 domains. You must know how to manage the things that will not enable you to experience the great results you want in those areas. And I was talking about nutrition. How are you keeping yourself fit for the future? How are you keeping yourself fit for the future? How are you keeping yourself fit for the future? What are you feeding in? What is the quality of your diet? Because nutrition is not about eating, it's about the quality of your diet. Here, we're not talking about physical diet alone. What is the quality of your mental meal? What kind of books do you read? What kind of associations do you keep? What is the quality of the relationship you have? I've always said to people, If it takes you too long to get what you want, your network is poor. You want a car, right? And you want a brand new car. You've got 1 million. And you know that's what you can afford for now. If you need a brand new car and it costs 2.7 million or 1.7 million, let's buy your Cerato. The Cerato. Okay, the Cerato. Let's buy the Cerato. Now, if you want to buy that car and you need additional 700,000, if it takes you 2 years to get your 700,000, if it takes you 2 years, you have 1 million, it's taking you 2 years, change your network. You have people who cannot help you advance in life very fast. There are some things you need that should not take you too long to get because you are connected to certain people. Not that you are going to beg them. You may not even need to spend more money. But because you have them. My younger brother went to the US, and we know nobody except for friends and family. He arrived at the US. He was still going to a farther place in New York, border town of New York to Canada. But he got to New York City. My personal friend was there to pick him up at the airport. My brother didn't have to wait. The Yorubas always have a proverb. They say, people are your clothes. They cover you in terms of shame. The more the people you have, the Yorubas say, you are going to be protected from shame, prevented from shame. You are shielded from shame. You are shielded from shame, from nakedness. Many of us don't know how to nurture great relationships. What is the quality of your relationship? Even the Bible says, he that walks with the wise shall be wise, but a companion of fools shall be destroyed. That is talking about the quality of your relational nutrition. Who are you having conversations with? You know, some spouses, they deflate your passion. Some friends, they deflate your passion. The same thing they did to Joseph. He shared his dream, bad nutrition, to his brothers. And they said, hey, you want to be this over us. They punctured the balloon. See, friends, when you've got helium in your balloon, ensure that you're not flying it beside a negative person. They'll burst it with a pin. When you pump helium into your balloon, please throw it up. The moment you say, come and see, there's helium now in my balloon, I'm about to release it, it won't go up with some people. When you share your dreams with certain people, they kill it. We need to have more doctors, DR, dream releasers. DR is not just Dr. Oludayo, Dr. this. DR means what? A dream releaser. You must be a dream releaser. Nutrition. Friends, let me close by saying 2 areas of life you need to check in changing your life. Number 1 is your mindset. Your mindset is your philosophy. Talking about a 2-step process of change now. Your mindset. Your mindset is your philosophy. You must know what you believe in. Some of us are guided by our mindset. Most of us, our decisions are based on our mindset. Your mind is fixed on certain things. And number 2 is our behavior. Our behavior is an expression of our interactions. If you're going to change, if you're going to measure change, ask yourself, what exactly is my mindset like on things like this? And number 2, what is my behavior like? And let me tell you what change means in an acronym, and I'll shut down, and I'll take your questions. C in change stands for choices. Watch out for your choices. C in change stands for what? Choices. Watch out for your choices. H in change refers to your habits. Be careful to know the things that you're doing on a daily basis that are adding to you and those that are not adding to you. A in change talks about your attitude. Your attitude. What is your disposition towards your domains of change and towards the result you want to experience? N stands for your network. I've talked about it. If it takes you too long to get what you want, your network is poor. If it takes you too long to get what you want, your network is poor. If it takes you too long, so long, to get what you want, your network is poor. G stands for your goals. Your goals. If you are changing, watch out for your goals. Are you getting closer to them or are you far away from them? And then E stands for your experience. If you are changing, ask yourself, am I having positive experiences, having a negative experience? Now, this is the first in our series of personal transformation seminars. And today, we have looked at influencing personal change. I hope what I've shared today has equipped you. And I hope your notes are not just filled, but your mind is also filled. Not just with information, but with a resolution and with a renewed commitment to alter your life, so that when next we see, we will be able to see and acknowledge an observable, tangible difference. Thank you for having me.